think I'm sharing the wrong screen. Fuck. It's fine. Hold on. Okay. There we go. There we go. What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? You're ready and waiting? Fire. It's been a while, guys. I mean, yeah, I was going live when I was traveling, but now I'm back in the States finally. Can actually lock in. It was a little bit hard. I mean, I was trade off my MacBook. It wasn't too bad, but like the days I had to trade off my phone, like I like it. That's the beauty of trading. You can trade from anywhere. You can trade on the road, trade on your phone. But at the same time, like it kind of showed me that I'd prefer to be at my desk, have that 15 minutes, to be able to kind of look over the markets, make sure everything's looking good, before executing on anything. Granted, all I did was take quality trades, but had not have the best month. This month has been a little bit shitty for me. Can't lie. But nonetheless, still been taking really good trades. So can't be mad at that. Just good, really good data. Could be the month, could be the trades I'm taking. But like I said, the trades I've been taking have been fairly good. We just got to see how the rest of the month treats us. And then going into next month, we'll continue to do the same thing. Voice is hella low. Oh. Hold on. Is it better? Hold on. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Better. All right. I'll throw the face cam on because why not? So let's go into today, right? Like I said, yesterday I didn't trade, and honestly, I'm glad I didn't trade. We had some shit fucking price action. It didn't really look the best. We kind of had some selling going on, and I wasn't looking to sell. Let's go over the reason why I'm not looking to sell is because we have been selling off for a while. And that doesn't mean we're going to stop selling off. We can definitely continue to tank. A lot of it could be due to a fundamental aspect, right? With the war going on, this and that. So we definitely can continue to sell. But nonetheless, I'm still going to look at it from a technical standpoint and seeing that price is definitely oversold, at least within this 4-hour leg or hourly leg, whatever you want to look at it as. And we did see that impulse higher during, like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. Really unexpected, but I think that was something that had to do with Trump, for all I know. But I'm going to be looking for buys, right? So as we can see within this new 15-minute bullish leg, we had that bullish impulse kind of giving us the idea we are going to go higher. But I'm going to be a little bit picky here. Okay, I'm going to be a little bit picky. And the reason I'm going to be picky is just because, one, let's say we were to take buys off this new 5-minute impulse here. Reaction. We could, 100%, right? We could wait for that price to hit the equilibrium and show it wants to break the highs. My one fear is we are still heavily bearish within this internal trend, and we still have a lot of imbalance sitting down here that price can come fill. Obviously, it doesn't have to fill this, but it can. So I'm going to be picking. What I mean by that is, we have red folder. We're not trading. Thanks for telling me. Oh, yeah. Of course. The one day of the month. This is literally the only day of the month that we ever have to deal with news. And it's today, the day I'm back. Wow, nice. We'll be trading NASDAQ, though. I'm still going to go over my analysis. So we'll see what happens, plays out. So, again, like I said, we could wait for that pullback and then take the break at these highs here. 100%. Okay, but the reason I say I want to be a little bit picky is just because I want that double confirmation that we are now trending bullish and that we are kind of disregarding this bearish internal trend. Meaning I want to see that break, and then I could see us re-entering on that pullback back down, which, again, would be the same entry as here, but it just confirms that price is giving us that displacement is going higher, and we're seeing that proper structure play out. Same thing for DAX. We've been oddly looking very similar with DAX and UK 100, and I know we have that sometimes, but not this accurate. It's been very similar, but nonetheless, again, same thing. Chair is pretty sold off. I think within the 4 hours where I'd be looking for that pullback. I mean, yeah. Never facilitated here, never here. Oh, did we? We did. I think we did facilitate the pullback. Hold on. Yeah. Honestly, I'm thinking sells could be fire here, but there's news. And the reason sells are fire here is because, as you can see, DAX has been kind of doing the same thing, but nonetheless, it's been facilitating these pullbacks. So we had this bearish impulse, had that pullback into 50%, had that next bearish impulse, and we've now had the pullback into the 50%. So we're treating structure perfectly fine here. I kind of like sells. But nonetheless, like I don't see anything I'd want to take right now. I'd want to look for some type of 5-minute break and retest, but I don't want to attack. I think I may target that. I have a bottom wick here and here. But let's look at NAS. We'll peep NAS. Peep some NASDAQ. Definitely bearish within a 4-hour standpoint. Looks like we facilitated the pullback. Nice. Your chart has one? Really? Low-key, I blew an account when I was over there. Thankfully, I still have my other live. Why is there no viewers on YouTube? Guys, this one account has just been sitting at the same amount for so long. So today we're going to bag on NASDAQ. What's up, Jay? What is this, Joris? I hate when it cuts off your name like that. Pisses me the fuck off. Is it because I'm in streamer mode? Yeah. What's up, Joris? You ready? Did you trade last night, Joris? It's fine now. It's because I had streamer mode on. All right, let's go into this bias. So we're definitely bearish within the 4-hour. Hourly is looking pretty bearish as far as seeing this type of structure. Yes, we are pumping right now within the last 2 hourly candles. So we could be looking for some type of buy setup. But nonetheless, I think we're going to flip. I really do. Especially because like within this last 5 minute. So we had this 5-minute down here. Broke structure. How to pull back. That internal structure is pretty bearish, but there's just not a lot of good structure to play off of. Holy fuck. NASDAQ was shit this morning too, huh? I heard that it like flew and then it just like ranged. Like horribly ranged. This might be the time to go back to Forex pairs. Yeah. Let's peep some Forex. See if we could have caught any bangers here. I'm already seeing some. Kinda. Doesn't look too clean. Oh, it looks whatever. We'll pay attention to NASDAQ. I honestly don't expect a lot from today, which sucks because I was just sleeping right now. Can't lie. And I was woken up to this dog shit. How's your guys' week been? How's your guys' month been? Has it been hard, easy, break even, whatever? Give me an idea. Because a lot of people I see, including me, it's been a rough month. Obviously, there's those people who are doing very well this month. We all have those months. Some people do bad, some people do good. Just kind of depends. With this news coming out, guys, I really don't expect a lot. I'm not going to trade either UK 100 or DAX. Just because we have news pretty much right off the bat. We have some a little bit later. Just get used to the strat line as much as possible. Lost in the wind. Fire. Again, on like it's unharmed turbo downtrends and sell entries. Really, I feel like I favor sell entries for some reason. I always have. Um, but like, what's your difficulties with them? Like identifying them. Like what exactly is it? Because like the downtrend same as an uptrend, just reversed. I mean, technically, UK 100 doesn't have any high impact news till 2:30. It's been hard on turbo or news and volatility always hits my stop loss. Do you have a set stop loss, or is it structured? And what I mean is like, in this case here, like let's say we were to be going for buys, which I don't think that's going to be the case. Some people enter here and have, a 20-point stop loss no matter what. And that could ultimately hurt you. Yeah. So yes, 30 or 40 points, that's where you could be going wrong. And that's where I always preach data, is because what you should be doing is every loss, every win you take, you should be going back and seeing, okay, based off of my my losses or when I get wicked out, how many times is it still staying valid within the general structure of price, right? Because a lot of times you'll see price will come down. It can come down all the way to this low because this is the last low of that overall range that it made. And again, like you're going to be getting stopped out more than not because you don't have a bigger stop loss. And obviously, like the con of it is like it's, less RR, or you have to catch a lot more points to get a, 1 to 2 rather than having that 30-point stop loss, or let's say 20 in this case. These highs, that's a 2.23 RR. Stop at these lows, that's not even a 1-to-1 or barely a 1-to-1. So in that case, you are cutting yourself short of the wins, but in return, you're losing less trades as well. That'll be a big thing for you, I'm telling you. If you start going back, journaling your trades, you'll probably see that just having it at a structural low, the last low of that general move that you're trading within. So like in this case, let's say we flip bearish, and then we have like this microstructure. Like this is something that people get confused on too, is like when it comes to like understanding my system too, like let's say price pulls back to here, doesn't hit equilibrium, okay, and breaks out lower here. Some people enter this, and that's fine because price can definitely sell off, but nonetheless, like price could end up faking you out to go higher, or not that high, sorry, to go higher and then melt off. So where if you had a structured stop, even if you took a break of these lows at the last structural high of that overall downtrend, you would have been safe, right? Obviously, you shouldn't be trading like that, but it's an example as far as like why structured stops are a lot better. And I know I had set stop loss on NASDAQ. Sometimes it's fine. Again, like there's nothing wrong with it. If your data shows that it works, or you have more winners than you do losers, or your winners are way bigger than your losers, go for it. I'm not saying you have to switch, but I bet you just through data, you will see like it's pretty much always going to come back to the fact that your stop could be in a better area at a structural low or high, which would ultimately save you from a lot of losses. Seems like I'm the DO instead of the dailies. You're the daily. Wait. The DOO. Oh, draw on liquidity. I mean, yeah, it's going to feel like that, but nonetheless, it's, again, it could be where your stops are, 100%, and it could be how you're looking at the overall markets too. Again, like I said, the example is like, let's say price continues to stutter down here, and it's like gives you a buy setup, on the lower time frames. A lot of people, especially early on, they're going to take these buys because it looks like price is shifting. But nonetheless, they don't look at the bigger image and realize that from a 5-15 minute perspective, we had this bullish impulse. We haven't facilitated a pullback into equilibrium. Therefore, price still has the probabilities of selling off, even though it's showing some type of structural shift within here. Okay. And obviously, like there's going to be times where UK 100 can just rip right now. But the probabilities of price coming back and having a pullback, in my case, are a little bit higher, or at least a little bit more like worth waiting for, than to just take buys off the rip. But again, to each their own, because some people have setups where it's like they draw a trend line, if price breaks trend line, they enter, with very short stops, which works. And the reason it works is because with these very short stop losses, if price rips, you can catch an easy 1 to 4. And even if you have 3 losses after that because your stop is too short, you're still up for the week because of the fact that you're going for a bigger RR. But again, you need to go for a bigger RR if you're having that short of, stop losses. Yeah, always look at the big picture. That's why I even start at the higher time frames. Because again, from a higher time frame standpoint, what does it look like price is doing? Or one, it's sold off. Yes, it can keep going lower, but again, nonetheless, when price is going to sell off, it's going to have its pullbacks before it continues. Again, price moves in waves. It'll always move in waves, right? It'll have its sell off, have its retracement, have its pullback, whatever you want to call it, continuation, pullback, so on, and the same thing the other way. So when identifying this, I know that price is most likely going to come higher. But that's why multi-time frame analysis is important, because as we break it down to the lower time frames, we can start to see, okay, even though we expected to go higher, well, one, we're getting signs of that here. The lower time frame did have that impulse, but now it looks like we need to wait for that pullback. But after this pullback did come into the 50%, we had that impulse higher, but we also want to wait for that pullback of that lower time frame 5 minute. This is where multi-time frame analysis is super important, because again, it gives you the idea that, okay, price is now definitely trending within your direction, and it's trending appropriately, I guess you could say. It's not choppy, it's not rangy, it's trending how it should be trending in waves, right? On a multi-time frame analysis, what's the word? Standpoint. And not a price rise for London, New York trading sessions. So it seems like instruments are trading. I noticed that CPU too, but I've noticed it a lot more since the time change. So I think what we're seeing a lot too of is there's still a lot of people trading at 12, like right now, even though London truly technically opens at 1. And once this month ends, I feel like we will see some better movement. I really do believe it. And again, this data is super crucial, because if that's the case, like if we genuinely do see very, very good movement after the trading times go back to normal, that just gives me information for next year. Again, like I'm always thinking long term. I'm always thinking further ahead than probably a lot of you guys. And maybe not, maybe you guys are on the same level, but I'm not saying that as like an ego standpoint, like I'm better. No, I'm saying that so you guys can use that and use that advice to do the same thing. This month is going to be very good data, because if what I said is correct, and it's just a lot of it is due to the time change, and a lot of people are trading more towards at 12, because I've noticed that too. I've seen a lot of setups happen at 12, but I can't take it because I don't allow myself to trade until London open, no matter what. So therefore, this month, if the data goes and shows that, next year, I'm already prepared for this month. Either my system, or I allow myself within my system to trade an hour earlier than London open during the month of March when the same time change happens, or I just de-risk, I don't trade, whatever it may be, right? Or I just use next year again as another year of data to see, does this continuously happen every single March where we're seeing people still trade at 12 even though London opens at 1, right? It's just data, information to help you. Ultimately to help me, like at the end of the day, like to each their own. You guys have to get your own data, and that's something I teach my students. And again, all my students that have thrived like in the past, because I am taking on a bunch of new students right now, all the students that did good is the students who listen to me about getting data. Truly. What is a pair on legacy called? So UK100 and DAX is not on legacy, but that's why we're trading NQ. But there's just nothing going on for me. Like prices go still ripping, so we're gonna let it rip. Again, like from this perspective too, like we are still within this like internal swing trend, so we could come a little bit higher, then have that sell off. So that's why I'm just not interested, guys. Like it's just, and news too, just not look the best. But I think if we get something here on NQ, we could be looking for something. It's super choppy still here too. But yeah, going back to what I was saying. All the students that thrive are the students who listen to me about data. Like I even have students who come back to me and they've had a couple payouts, they're doing fairly well. Some people quit their jobs, some people bought a car. But there was one student in specific who came back to me after a couple payouts, and he was doing everything correct. But he started to notice that he was getting stopped out more than he wanted to. That's fine, it happens. What did I tell him? I said, you've been getting data, right? You've been journaling? Yes, he has been. Go back into your journal. And I started to teach him how to implement AI into your journals as well, into your data. Game changer. Game changer. He started to realize, okay, this is where my winning trades are sitting. This is where my losing trades are sitting. Why is this happening? Why is it happening more than not? where I'm getting wicked out and price is still moving my direction. Because again, in most cases, directional bias is always going to be correct. But sometimes, again, you are going to get wicked out, like you're talking about CPU too. And it just happens. But again, where you're going to see like why that's happening. Data, information. But again, like one day I'll show you guys how to implement into AI, which it depends on like what journal you're using too. But I found it to be so easy for me, like implementing stuff into AI. Hold on, guys. And it's not like I'm taking a picture of fucking my trade and being like, do I buy or sell? No. What I do is, again, like I trade my system. And then again, AI is just a lot faster when it comes to like data analysis, and telling me, okay, like where are the flaws, where are the cons, where are the pros, you know. Went up 30 points on NQ. I mean, like this, I don't even know. I don't like structure right now, guys. Like, it does not look optimal to me, at least. Again, like, teach your own, because you may have a different system as far as the breakout. I really like following structure. Like, the only way for me to trade is if price did end up breaking these lows. Sorry. Gave us a pullback and then a continuation back lower. That's the only way. This, like, fractal structure within here is just very scary to trade, because as you can see, we already have a lot of indecision. Like, yeah, we're clearly trending higher, but we're not seeing like these displacement legs or anything like that are giving us the idea that price should and will go higher. So that's where I'm a little bit skeptical. I saw someone say gold. Sorry, I didn't see your message until now. Let's peep gold. So you're saying it would go down, market is kind of overextended right now. On NQ, Jors? Is that what you're talking about? I think you're talking about NQ, right? Yeah. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to go down. Like, nonetheless, like, we are still, like, these last 2 hourly candles are very bullish. And that could be a very good indicator that price is going to continue bullish. But nonetheless, like, looking at it from an hourly standpoint, from a 4-hour standpoint, we had that bearish leg down. We facilitated a pullback. Obviously, we can come deeper within that pullback, but we had a very nice rejection. Therefore, I'm just expecting price to sell off. Yes, but I still need confirmation, because again, like, it's not 100% guaranteed price is going to sell off. We can definitely continue higher. Definitely. But especially with that 1 minute structure here, like, we're kind of slowing down, if that makes sense. We had these very strong displacement legs. We were pushing bullish, and we started to see a lot of hesitation here, a lot of exhaustion, where in my eyes, if price would or did want to continue bullish, we're going to see that displacement higher. We're going to see price continue to pump. But now that we're seeing exhaustion, it just could be a sign, not a guarantee, that price could now be looking to sell off. So yes, you know, like, once we get a break of these lows, I will 100% look for some type of sell setup. And again, it's super simple. Like, we break the low, drop the fib, high to low, we'll enter our 50%, bada bing, bada boom, and we'll just go for a 1 or 2. Yeah, Benny Ross has been very choppy. Very choppy. Let's look over gold. I hate gold. We're in between Tokyo range right now. I think we're going to end up going higher for some reason. Probably take this liquidity, and then from there, maybe continue up to take the rest. There's a lot of liquidity sitting up here. A lot. But nonetheless, we still have a lot of liquidity sitting down here too. So I'd say we're still bullish. I'd go for highs here, whoever's looking at gold. Let's see what happens here. For all you IFVGers, I know some of you guys are IFVGers. We just had IFVG here. So I don't know if you guys are freaking out right now. Had an IFVG, price came back up to retest, never rebroke it. Guys, I might have to start trading IFVGs and shit. We would have been fucked over though, unless we had stops at those highs. I'm just kidding. I don't like IFVGs. I can't say that though because sometimes I use them. Because that's just an indication to me. Like obviously I would never enter off that, but it's just an indication. Okay, like price is fell in these areas that if it was to continue bullish, it should have respected and continued higher from there. How's my vacation? It was very nice. Big perspective shift, I guess you could say, like a new perspective that I gained, which I appreciate. I love new perspectives and stuff like that. Like I'm always, I always want a new perspective. I always want to see, different people's lifestyles and stuff like that. But it just made me realize like how blessed I am, especially seeing like how hard some of these people work. And I work hard, like don't get me wrong. But like, again, like I sit here and I trade, and the rest of my day is just like working with my students, making content, working out, I'm blessed, right? But it just made me want to work harder too. Like I had fun. It was cool. Good people. Really nice people. But I just came back wanting to work harder, truly. But I like that. Happy for you, G. Thank you, Benny Boss. But again, I will be dropping a YouTube video. I don't know. I got a lot of clips. I got to make sure I didn't say anything outrageous. I got to go through all of them. Yeah. These are fucking shit markets, guys. Again, this is when you need to have discipline to just wait for confirmation. And again, this is why I preach to you guys. And I hope I'm annoying you at this point. One, data, obviously. But two, this is why you shouldn't be focused on the money. Because again, like in focusing on the money, you're just going to want to trade every single day. Like without a doubt, you're just going to want to place a trade because you feel like it's ultimately going to get you closer to, making money. It's not. Like, I'm sorry, it's not. Again, like you place a trade today in this chop, you're going to get fucked over. You're now further away from making money just because you couldn't sit on your hands. Again, sometimes patience is definitely where you're going to find a better chance of gaining profitability, if I'm being honest with you guys. It really is. But some people see that, some people don't. But I encourage you to really lock in with that mindset. Don't focus on the money. Just focus on the process. Because again, this is me focusing on the process. I know if I focus on my system and I don't see anything, there's no reason for me to be trading. None. That's why, again, if you guys are in here and you don't have a system, like, come on, like, get a system. Like, there's nothing wrong with copying someone else at first. You should do some vlogs of your vacation. Yeah, I'm going to post a vlog, Benny Boss. I'm post a vlog. I don't know how many minutes it's going to be. Probably like, depending on how much I cut, I'm thinking 15 to 20 minutes. It'd be cool. I was trading out there and stuff like that. But it sucks that like when I went out there was like not as many trades. Or I just had a shit fucking week. But it is what it is, Lost some money, but I know I'll get it back, so could care less. Excuse me. But if you guys haven't yet, go like my new post, you little shits. How do I copy the link? Go like the post right now. $240 point TP, 80 stop loss ones are on a good day. Yeah. I hear my cat freaking out. What's ATR? What do you mean? True range of what, NASDAQ? I mean, the entire range that we're playing within right now is like this whole 30-minute or hourly bullish leg, I'd say. Or actually, no, it's just bearish leg here. Sorry. This is just like pullback leg. But from an internal like pullback perspective, we could say like the 15-minute bullish leg here is really what we're like playing within right now. Because at this point, it's either price is going to continue within this bearish move from earlier, or it's going to disregard that and it's going to give us the idea that price is not ready to go higher. But even then, once we break these highs, I'm still going to expect the same thing, a pullback before a continuation. So truly, I'd say that I'm really trading within this 5-minute leg, looking for the pullback of this entirely, but I'm not in yet, so I may not even get in. Oh, that's loud, sorry guys. What a day, what a day, what a day. Just slow, guys. Sorry, can't do anything about this. Sorry guys, it's loud. I may just end stream just because I don't think we're gonna see a lot, guys. Unless I feel like NASDAQ will play out within like an hour. Biddy Boss, what's your Instagram? Sorry, I've been getting a lot of DMs. Why don't you use 20 SMA and 200 SMA? I just don't like it. I think price action's key. Price action is king, guys. We're getting some sells here. Again, I'm not entering until we break some good lows. It's a long ass name, Benny Boss. Send me another message. You need the 15 fair value gap below. What do you mean? I found it. I did. He should have got a message back. Yeah, massive drop. I like that though. Give us a setup. We just need to break those lows. There we go. What a dump. We're dumping on UK 100. Is it 12.15? Nah, but we're just dumping. Dumping here too, guys. Told you guys that pullback was probably going to happen. It looks like that's what we're going to see. but I don't think I'm going to enter anything here, guys, just because, again, like how we look within that 15-minute structure, we're still within that bearish swing leg. Same thing UK 100, we're still within that bearish swing leg. I'd want to see price react higher and then give us like another confirmational entry, but I just don't think we're going to see that, especially with news and shit. Sorry, guys. I entered off IFEG on NASDAQ, George? On NAS? All right, guys, I think we could see entry. Let's see how NAS treats us today. Ugh, I hate this shit. All right, guys, let's see if we can get entry here. Have a nice little day. I like that displacement. It looks good. Once we hit the 50%, I will shoot. Again, first target is obviously 1-1 at these lows, where I will move to break even and just let the rest run into a 1-2. Especially because we know we got room to sell off here. We have some imbalance. We have the overextension. We'll see. Could take a while, could chop a bit, but I think we'll have an entry today, so. Look, I'm so tired. I'm tired and I just slept like 8 hours before this. My sleep is so fucked up. The only way we don't get a setup here is price just continues to dump. But nonetheless, I think we will see a pullback at some point. I just hope it's not too late. Because within the next couple minutes, if we just continue to see price lower, I'll probably hop off stream. But obviously, like, I will still be trading for the next hour and a half. But I might just hop off. We'll see, though. What's up, YouTube? Is anyone on YouTube? How we doing, YouTube? It's a waiting game, guys. Oh, there we go. We're just selling. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Shazam is still alive. Fuck. Oops. We'll come back. Still fucking nothing, guys. Again, I wish we could be trading UK 100 DAX. I just don't like the news. We have news in 4 minutes, and then we have news in about an hour for UK 100. But again, even then, like, structure just not really in my favor. When is DAX gonna come to Legacy? Hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. It'd be very, very nice. But again, like, I know I keep saying, like, it's been in the talks, which it has been. It just really comes down to, you know, like, how many people are going to use it. But nonetheless, like, it's still something that we have talked about for sure. I'm going to wait 3 minutes, guys. If we just continue to tank, I'll probably just end up popping off and waiting on my own to take a setup. And he dropped to 764 and retraces 658. Yeah, it just didn't retrace deep enough for me to enter. Like, it has to retrace to this 50%. Because that tells me, okay, we had a pullback. We are now within equilibrium. Because again, like, the way you got to look at it is institutions and banks obviously are pushing price down here, right? We're pushing price down to a discounted rate, discounted price. It's cheaper. Obviously, they can continue to just sell. But where are they going to make the most money? When they push price back up into a higher price. So when they push back up into a higher price, once they hit equilibrium, we are now at an equal price within that range. Obviously, the higher we go, we are now at a more premium price. And then from there, they will continue to push price back down into a discounted rate. Because again, when they buy in discount, it's cheaper. When they sell at premium, it's more expensive. They make more money. So, of course, need them. So again, like, that's why I trade this way. I think it's truly how the markets move. In the sense of, again, like, institutions and banks. You've heard of the term before, buy low, sell high. It's because, again, that's where people make the most money. So therefore, why do you think institutions and banks are doing it? You know, it's just... One minute, guys, and I'm probably going to hop off here. I'm still going to be watching NASDAQ. Seeing if I can get entry. So, again, you guys know. And, again, obviously, the lower and lower we go, the range just obviously just expands. Even if it goes this low and it looks like we hit equilibrium here. No, we did not. That, you know, that's part of the old range. We now want to play the new extended range. So, 1 minute. I just want to see what happens on DAX, to be honest with you guys. I think we've now definitely come within the equilibrium of this leg. Yes. But again, we can definitely continue to sell just due to the swing structure and due to the fact we still have a lot of imbalancing down here. So just keep that in mind. Oh, shitty reaction. All right, guys, I think I'm out of here. Again, I'm still looking at NASDAQ. I'm probably not going to be trading anything other than NASDAQ. But again, I would need to see that set up within the next hour and 30 minutes. Or, yeah, hour and 30 minutes. But nonetheless, I do think we will see that within that time. I'm just, you know, again, it's late. hopefully once we get back to the normal sessions, believe it's next week, it'll be a lot better. Let's see what happens. With that being said, you guys are awesome. I'll see you guys tomorrow again. If you guys also remember instant accounts, if you guys want an instant account, it's the start of the week, it's a new week, you want to start trading them, DM me. I'll get you guys an instant account, or at least information for one. That being said, again, go like the new post. You guys are awesome. I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, 12:45 a.m. PST. Later. Later, tube.